help this offense move forward and be more effective in certain areas. And so we went ahead and did that. And both guys have earned the right to help this team win.
Ed, we saw earlier in the season, you know, the second and third games when Cardale started and then JT came in when Cardale wasn't playing as well.
Right.
That was playing two quarterbacks. This is playing two quarterbacks today, but it seems to be in a very different way. Would you consider that a very different situation?
Yeah, it's very specific. Yeah, it's much different. Mm-hmm.
Do you think this kind of thing, do you think this is easier on quarterbacks at all? Maybe if they know their role specifically going into a game?
Well, I think it could be, but I mean, it's real specific in terms of, you know, red zone, and these were the playlists that we worked on in the red zone, and this was the guy who got most of the reps doing that, and that's one of his strengths, you know, so we just decided to go that direction. You know, that was a decision that Coach Meyer and the staff made.
Was the playlist, pardon me for asking it this way, but was it longer this week in the red zone, if you understand what I'm saying, with JT running the show, having a little bit more of a run option look to it?
Probably a little bit longer, yeah.
And if I asked Urban this question as well, if JT is the guy in the red zone, why isn't he the guy all the time? If there are things he does well in the red zone for this team, why isn't he the quarterback all the time?
That's just a decision that Coach Meyer has made with the staff and the quarterbacks, and you know, I'll let him speak to that publicly. I'm not going to speak to that, but I think both of those guys, like I said, have earned the right to help this team win games, and we're trying to find out how to best do that, and I think we found a good start to that today.
What does it do for the offense to have Braxton Miller touch the ball many more times today and stuff and have some success? What does it mean to this offense going forward?
Braxton's, you know, such a dynamic player, and he's had a great run here, and he's earned the right to get as many touches as we can get for him, and so it helps the offense. You know, expands our playmaker list, and he's a playmaker. We've all seen him do that. We know what he can do with the ball in his hands, and so we tried to get him touches and create offense for him.
It also looks like y'all have challenged him to be a good blocker on edge, because a couple of those wide screens.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting better and better at all the wide receiver skills, and he's a much better blocker than he was at the beginning of the season, and he's worked hard at it. He takes pride in it, so he's doing a great job on the edge for us.
Do you think you caught their defense on their heels at all? You completed the long pass to Braxton in the middle of the field, and then got up there and Cardale threw the touchdown pass to Braxton.
Yeah, we were trying to go fast there and trying to keep, you know, tempo them a little bit, and I think we had a couple of plays there that you know, we thought could hit, and we used, you know, the momentum and tempo to kind of push it in. Yeah.
So do you have things like that you talk about during the week? This is the kind of play we want to run, like after a long game. We want to get up there and attack them.
We always have plays when we have momentum where we might attack the defense. So yeah, we have attack plays where we have momentum. We have them on their heels. Maybe they're tired. It's, you know, into a drive to some degree, you know, and that's part of the no huddle tempo spread offense. You know,
when you guys have a situation like this and you broach a rotation of sorts with Cardale and JT, do you worry about how the starter might respond? Do you guys having to be selfless? Just the coach's perspective, is that a concern at all when you just bring that to the table, how they'll react?
Well, it's always a concern because they're human beings, but they're so unselfish and they're such great guys that we had conversations with them. Coach Meyer and the staff had a conversation with them about what we were thinking, and we were, you know, reading, you know, what they say and how they act and how they respond, and they were both great with, hey, we just want to help this team win. What do you guys think? We'll do whatever. So they're both really great people to work with.
Yeah, you guys have told us that all along, that it's their relationship. I guess, could this work if they weren't maybe such good friends, if they didn't both want each other to succeed as badly as they seem to?
It might be more challenging, yeah, for sure, if they didn't like each other, but at the end of the day, it's all about how to help Ohio State win games, and everybody on the team has to be willing to sacrifice for that, every coach, every player, and those guys are very selfless.
I think people from the outside might compare this to Tim Tebow and Chris Leak with what Coach Meyer did at Florida. Did he bring that up in the discussions about that this week? His experience playing two quarterbacks?
Well, we all know he has that experience, you know, so, but the discussions weren't really about Florida and those two guys, although they had a great run doing that. I mean, it was just, what can we do to improve our red zone offense? How can we get the ball in? How can we be more effective there? And we brainstormed, and and with Coach Meyer's past experience, I'm sure that was helped trigger the thought that maybe that's JT's role to be the red zone specialist.
What was Maryland doing to contain Ezekiel?
Oh, they were playing very aggressive against the run. I mean, we're getting a pretty aggressive look by everyone against the run. So just see how quickly they supported in the secondary, and they had guys sitting on the edge of the formations and pressuring off the edges, and they were just doing what you do to try to put a lot of people around the box, and that made them more vulnerable to some big plays in the passing game.
Do you think a step forward today?
I think it's a good step. I think we made a good step in that we didn't turn the ball over. We were 6 for 6 in the red zone. We had over 500 yards of offense, and quite a few more, one errant snap. But so all those things are really positive. Because that's what we talked about all week. The things we wanted to get better at. Don't turn the ball over. Win in the be real effective in the red zone, and try to play fast and be physical. And we got a lot of people involved. A lot of guys had touches, so I think the overall plan was pretty good, and we executed it pretty good. So it's a great step for us, really.
Jalen caught the line.
Before he came over.
What?
Sorry. Sorry to ask before I came over, but